Let me start with something that might shock you. Success is not a talent. It's not something you're born with like blue eyes or curly hair. Success is a habit, something you build, repeat, and refine over time. And failure? Contrary to what some people believe, failure is not a curse, a sign from the universe, or a stamp of shame. It's just another habit, a bad one that has been hanging around for too long, overstaying its welcome like a guest who eats your food and never leaves. You see, when people hear the word rich, their minds immediately go to the material. They think about fast cars, private jets, designer clothes, and watches so expensive you need to sell your village goat just to try one on. But let me tell you something real. True richness doesn't begin in the bank account. It begins in the mind. It's not about what you drive, it's about what drives you. Richness is a mindset. It is built one intentional habit at a time. It starts with the small things. How you spend your morning, how you treat people, how you react to failure, and how you use your time. And let's be honest, if your daily habit is scrolling through TikTok and watching cat videos for 3 hours, guess what? The cat is going viral. The cat is making money. The cat is building a brand. You're just laughing. So today, let's have an honest, funny, maybe slightly uncomfortable conversation about habits. The poor ones that hold us back and the rich ones that launch us forward. This is rich habits versus poor habits. Let's laugh together. Let's learn together. And maybe, just maybe, let's leave here building habits that make your future self say, thank you, pretend Jack Ma. Let's start in the morning. Have you ever noticed how your alarm rings and you hit snooze like you're playing whack-a-mole? That's a poor habit. Some of you even hit snooze so many times your phone gets angry and stops ringing. Now let's be clear. Waking up early won't automatically make you rich. If that were true, roosters would be millionaires. But waking up with a purpose, that's the game changer. Rich habits say, I wake up early not to suffer, but to get ahead. I used to wake up late, scroll my Nokia phone, yes, I'm that old, and say, let me check my messages, only to end up watching Snake Game for 2 hours. Then one day, I changed. I woke up early, took 10 minutes to plan my day, and guess what? I started doing 10 times more with less stress. So my friend, wake up early, not just for the sunrise, but for your own rise. Let me ask you something simple but powerful. How many of you can name all the characters in your favorite TV series, but don't know the difference between a debit and a credit? How many of you know every twist in your favorite soap opera, but have never studied how money grows through compound interest? You know when a celebrity gets divorced before you know when your rent is due? It's funny, but it's also a little sad because poor habits are addicted to entertainment. Rich habits, they are addicted to education. Poor habits want to escape reality. Rich habits want to build a better reality. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to be the fun police. I'm not saying you should cancel your Netflix subscription and start living like a monk. No! Watch your shows. Enjoy your entertainment. But listen carefully. When Netflix knows your viewing preferences better than your bank knows your savings patterns, something is terribly wrong. If you've memorized the Game of Thrones family tree but don't know the basics of personal finance, you're training yourself for trivia night, not success. When I was growing up, I didn't have access to fancy libraries or online courses. I read whatever I could find, newspapers, old manuals, instruction booklets from washing machines. I even read advertisements. One day, I stumbled upon a book about customer service. It wasn't flashy, but it transformed how I dealt with people. That book became part of the foundation for how we built customer relationships at Alibaba. So here's the truth. While poor habits binge-watch drama, rich habits binge-watch opportunity. Choose your obsession carefully, because whatever you focus on consistently, that's what your future will look like. Poor people's favorite exercise is finger pointing. It's the government. It's my boss. It's my neighbor's dog's fault. Rich habits don't waste time blaming. They take responsibility. Let me tell you something funny. When Alibaba started, we failed to get funding from 30 different investors. 30! One investor told me, Jack, your idea is like trying to sell ice to Eskimos. I could have blamed the market. I could have said, China is not ready for e-commerce. But instead, I told myself, Jack, maybe your PowerPoint sucks. So I learned how to pitch better. Not because someone helped me, but because I helped myself. If you want to succeed, stop saying, why me, and start saying, try me. Let's talk about money. Some people earn $1,000 and immediately go buy a phone that costs $999. Then they complain about being broke. Poor habits spend first, save later. Rich habits save first. I met a young man who said, Jack, I want to be rich like you. I asked him, do you save money? He said, yes, I save whatever is left at the end of the month. I laughed. I told him, that's like saying you'll go to the gym when you're not tired from eating pizza. You don't save what's left, you save first, even if it's just a little. Then you learn to live on the rest. You don't need a Rolex when you can't even afford a ramen. Rich people look broke to stay rich. Poor people look rich to stay broke. Let's talk about failure. That big, scary word everyone avoids like it's a contagious disease. But let me tell you, failure is not your enemy. In fact, failure might be the most honest teacher you will ever have. It doesn't flatter you, it doesn't lie to you, and it certainly doesn't give out participation trophies. It tells you, this didn't work, now fix it, learn from it, and try again. Let me share something that still makes people laugh and gasp at the same time. I failed the university entrance exam twice. Not once, twice. That means for 2 years in a row, the system looked at me and said, Jack, maybe try farming. Then I applied for jobs, over 30 of them. Rejected by all. Even KFC came to my city and was hiring 24 people. Guess what? I was applicant number 25 and the only one rejected. Even fried chicken said no to me. Now imagine if I took all that as a sign to quit. If I believed I wasn't good enough. If I let failure define me. I'd probably still be riding a bicycle selling lottery tickets or working at a fried chicken stand. And not the owner, by the way. You see, poor habits treat failure like a full stop. Rich habits treat it like a comma, a pause before continuing the story. Poor habits run from failure. Rich habits run toward it because they know every time you fail, you get better, wiser, stronger, sharper. So don't fear failure. Fear what happens when you let it stop you. Don't fear falling down. Fear not getting up. And above all, don't fear being laughed at. Fear never being remembered. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Embrace it. Let's talk about friends. Because bad friends are like bad Wi-Fi. They slow you down and always disconnect when you need them most. Poor habits surround themselves with people who complain, criticize, and gossip. Rich habits find people who inspire, challenge, and uplift them. Let me ask you, who's in your circle? Are they pushing you or pulling you? When I started Alibaba, I surrounded myself with dreamers. Some were not the smartest, some were not the richest, but they believed in the vision, they believed in each other. Today we have people who want to be millionaires but hang out with people who spend their whole day arguing about football. Let me give you a rule. If you're the smartest in your group, you need a new group. Motivation is good. It feels like Red Bull for your dreams, but it fades. Discipline, it's the boring friend who shows up every day and makes you a legend. Some people say, Jack, I want to start a business, but I'm waiting to feel ready. I say, even I wasn't ready when I started Alibaba. I was scared, confused, and poor, but I was consistent. Rich habits don't rely on feelings. They rely on systems. You won't always be motivated, but if you build discipline, wake up, work, repeat, you won't need motivation. You'll build momentum. Let me tell you this. If your goal is comfort, your reward will be mediocrity. Poor habits avoid the hard things. Rich habits know that growth is in the discomfort. I still remember one of my first speeches in English. I was nervous. My accent was thick like soup. People laughed, but I kept speaking. Why? Because I knew every painful attempt was preparing me for something bigger. Today, people invite me to speak all over the world. Imagine if I gave up because someone giggled. Your comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. Get out. Some of you are chasing quick money. You want to be rich tomorrow. Let me tell you, even weeds grow fast, but trees take time. Poor habits look at now, rich habits ask, what will my life say when I'm gone? When we built Alibaba, we didn't aim for quick profits. We aimed to change how business was done in China. The mission was bigger than the money. And that's the secret. Have a vision that outlives you. Don't just build income, build impact. Everybody wants a miracle. Oh Lord, bless me with favor. But then they sleep until noon. Luck is great, but it only shows up when preparation opens the door. People look at Jack Ma and say, he's lucky. Yes, I was lucky, but my luck found me at 2 a.m. while I was working. The truth is, the harder you work, the luckier you get. Okay, Jack, this is inspiring, but how do I change? Simple. Start small. Habits don't change overnight. They change one choice at a time. Track yourself. What you measure, you improve. Replace, don't remove. Don't just stop watching TV. Replace it with reading. Surround yourself with accountability. Get a friend who slaps you with truth. And always remember, habits are like planting seeds. Water them every day. Be patient. One day you'll look up and you're standing in a forest of success. My friend, I'm not smarter than you. I'm not more talented than you, but I built better habits and they built a better life for me. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. And please, stop comparing your life to someone's Instagram highlights. That guy's showing you his Lamborghini. He's renting it. Success is not loud. Habits are not sexy, but they work. So wake up with purpose. Read more than you scroll. Own your failures. Save before you spend. Choose growth over comfort. Be disciplined when you're tired. Build a legacy, not just income. And for heaven's sake, stop blaming the dog. Remember, success doesn't come to the lucky. It comes to the habitual. Thank you, and may your habits be rich even before your bank account is.